Hey there, guys, and welcome to another episode of What's Happening in China. Well, there are quite a few things happening at the moment. I think probably the biggest thing, well, there are two big things. One is a big typhoon that just came through. Typhoon Ramson, I think it's called. I can't really remember the name, it's with an R. I was out on my trip during the typhoon and I saw some of the effects, the flooding and the rain. It's not as bad as it was in the news reports, to be honest. I was in Hunan and Guizhou, which was supposedly really badly hit, but I was there at the time, and it wasn't that bad. Yes, it was wet and there was a lot of rain, and Jinyuan, where we were staying at the height of this so-called typhoon, the river did rise incredibly high. But, in the areas I was in, at least, it wasn't as bad as it was made out to be. So don't always believe everything you see on the news. Anyway, another big thing is there's been another food scandal, which happens here in China. And I find it, well, this one fairly interesting because there are a lot of foreigners who stay here in China. And of course, they're concerned about the food safety, as you should be. And one of the things they like to do is they like to say, I will only ever eat at McDonald's and KFC and international places. Well, this particular food scandal affects McDonald's and KFC. The meat supplier for those McDonald's, KFC, and Pizza Hut has just been exposed as reprocessing expired meat. So meat that's been expired for up to a year, they just kind of clean it up, reprocess it, and then send it off to McDonald's and KFC and Pizza Hut, which is, quite funny for those expats who are trying to avoid that kind of thing and actually walked right into it. Living in China, food scandals are a harsh reality. It's something that you just have to face up to. There are two ways you can deal with this. You can hide under a rock, don't eat in restaurants. No, like some people I know who just cook their own food all the time, which is probably the safest option. If you go to the wet markets and you buy your fruit and vegetables, though, you can't be guaranteed that those fruit and vegetables and meat, you can't be guaranteed that they come from a nice clean source. In fact, they probably come from, sort of filthy place, and who knows what they're injecting into the food, etc. You can go to very expensive import stores like Olay or BLT or Justgo. If you're living in these big cities like I do, like Shenzhen, you can actually get very good imported clean stuff, which comes in from Hong Kong or comes in from wherever. That's a safe route if that's what you want to take. Or you can just, like I do, take the risk, go out and enjoy your life while you're here. And so far, never once had a bad stomach, never once had anything. I chalk it up to luck and having a fairly good immune system since I grew up in Africa. That's probably why I don't get hit by, all these stomach bugs and stuff that most people do. So yeah, you also can just go to reputable restaurants, places that, would probably suffer very badly if they ever sold any kind of bad food. Now, that's another thing you don't understand about, maybe you don't understand about China, is everything's now on the mobile apps. If you want to go to a restaurant, you can check on things like Meituan. It's a very useful application that you have on your mobile phone. And what you can do is you can get like Groupon discounts at various restaurants around the place, and you can look around in your area and see what there is, and you can pay with your phone, and then you can go have like a set meal, and it's really cheap and it's really good. And on top of that, there are reviews of people who've eaten there before. So people will write if they think the food is not good, or if they think the place is dirty or anything like that. So you can get a fairly good idea of what you're walking into. So that's another way to try and avoid bad food situations. Like I said, it's just a reality, and it's probably not going to change for a very long time. If they can get away with it, they'll get away with it. But as I've mentioned before with the Digoyo thing, it is getting harder for them to get away with it. Now, for instance, this company that's just been exposed, they're probably going to go out of business. McDonald's, KFC, Pizza Hut, huge revenue for them. Now just cut them off. Anyone who's ever done business with them has distanced themselves from them. They're going to lose out. They're probably going to go bankrupt and shut down. So, it doesn't matter how big the company is, they can get shut down by a scandal like this. And so this should prevent other companies in the future from going down that road, because they know that food safety is a huge, huge, huge thing at the moment, and there's a big spotlight. So if anyone finds anything like wrong with the quality of food coming from a company, they're going to shut that thing down. Anyway, those are the two big things that are happening at the moment. What I would like all of you guys to notice is I've been playing this little video down in the corner here this whole time. Those are some highlights from my upcoming Conquering Southern China adventure, which was epic, and I can't wait to share it with all of you. So stick around for that. Until next time, stay awesome.